that's really important.
Have we read that book already?
Yeah.
I think we read that book already.
Like Amazing Grace, because it's
Dr. Acosta, you got 140 he's supposed to have.
this one says
No, let's work with it.
we got 10.
Mondrell?
We got 10.
All right. Now listen, this is how this is going to go.
Okay.
So I'm going to do some reading of the text, and then we're going to stop, and we're going to engage in a discussion about the text. Now the purpose of our reading today is try to figure out, okay, something beautiful. What?
Yeah.
You read this already?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
We read this
I
one
like
too.
how I know.
Yeah.
Well, we read Amazing Grace.
I like
And we read Grace.
But you know what?
Okay.
If we read it before, good readers, we read books more than once. This time when we read it, even if you've read it before, this time when we read it, we're going to be thinking about the little girl
It's going to say.
and how her, my turn, Casey, my turn, shh, my turn, thank you. And how her feelings change. So in a sense, we're going to be practicing how to be metacognitive. All right. I'm going to start reading now. I'm going to start reading now.
Start reading.
You would say.
All right, here we go. You guys got a lot to say. I like it. I like it. Kimante, I want you to get yourself together. Thank you. Get ready to listen.
That's what you're gonna write.
All right.
You
Something
start
Beautiful
reading
by Sharon Dennis
Then I'm
White.
gonna write my words in here. So I'm gonna say.
When I look through my window, I see a brick wall.
Right here.
There is trash in the
I
courtyard.
want to do my hair.
Settle down.
So I'm putting my hair right here.
And a broken bottle that looks like falling stars.
Okay, that's what you're gonna start with. I like how, excuse me.
There's writing. There's writing in the halls of my building.
Your ideas that
On the
we
front
want to
door,
develop into our-
Someone put the word die.
I can hear this.
First one, we can-
We read this thing. She gonna be like she a spider.
I think you're making connections to Amazing Grace, but this is a different book.
They look like Grace.
It does, doesn't it? It's good. We can use those connections when we're done to think about how these two girls are alike, Kimante,
Listen.
and how they are
Put your
different.
name at the top, right
You want to
here.
sit back so you can see? I'll hold it up this way.
That's fine. Put your date.
Where I walk, I pass a lady whose home is a big cardboard carton. She sleeps on the sidewalk wrapped in plastic.
Now, are you?
Who's Mommy?
It's a rhyme story.
I run past a dark alley where Mommy told me I must never stop. Behind the fence, there is a garden without any flowers. Mommy said that everybody should have something beautiful in their life. Where is my something beautiful? The teacher taught me the word in school. I wrote it in my book. Beautiful. Beautiful. I think it means something that when you have it, your heart is happy.
Yeah, you don't have to make your break apart like that. You say that
You disagree?
you want to make them.
Okay, I like it. We can speak back to the text.
Now go ahead and we're gonna talk about it. You put my
Miss Gracie,
Yes,
do you have any sticky notes?
I'll go get it.
We finna write
That's
this.
okay. That's okay. Don't move a muscle.
I'll get it.
That's okay. Nope.
I couldn't tell you where they were.
How about a sheet of paper and a pencil? Okay.
I got it for you.
Okay. I would like for Sierra. Can you go and get that stack of notebook paper right there?
Oh, she already said about it.
Give it to Sierra, she's got it. This means
You guys, you know what I've learned about you just now? I knew it a little bit before when I was reading, but I know I'm learning about you guys right now that when you read, you like to ask a lot of questions of the reader, of the writer. That is great. That is something that good readers do. So, my turn. So what we're going to do, I want you, as I'm reading, I want you to write down the questions that you have about what we're reading. Write down what you disagree with.
just draw your line.
My turn right now. I'll let you know. I see you. I hear you. I just can't call on you right now. Okay? Thank you, baby. Don't do that. You go ahead and go back to your.
Dude, that's brightness.
You can do those on this.
Okay.
Brightness, dude.
All right. So what I want you to do, everyone has a sheet of paper.
Brightness don't have any pips.
Here you go. Is that the extra?
You could add.
All right. First thing I want you to do is write your first and last name and the date. Can you give that to Noah? Oh, no. Yeah. Okay.
Now, what personality go on this one? Oh, wait, did you say it could go on both? So it can go on this one?
Write it first. Write your first and last name and the date. Today is
I did.
October 18th. Okay. Now, you got to listen for what I want you to do next. Okay? I'm going to show you. I'm going to do it.
What are you talking about?
Both of us.
Not, if you thought of something else that you would rather use, you can.
No, Dr. Acosta right now. Let's get set up. Okay. I want you to create a chart that looks like this. I don't want to hear your lips open. I want to see you watching this, and I want to see you following these directions. So what I've done is I've written what the text says on one side, then I've written my thinking on the other. Then I put a line right down the middle. I want you to take 30 seconds. Go. Create this T-chart.
Beautiful brown eyes.
Create the T-chart first, and then you can talk to me.
I can't make it. Cause I put my name on the side. I can run that.
This an A clock and shit, Chris.
What the text says, do your best to spell it. You're not going to be able to look at it how I've spelled everything. So you need to stretch those sounds out and do your best spelling. What the text says, you got 15 more seconds. What the text says,
Okay. Doesn't that sound like it's better here than just here? Now it's thicker.
Nope, let's wait for everybody to get set up.
I had just put brown eyes, then I put.
You can write it down. Is it about the book? Write it down.
Eyes, they're expressive.
Is that thinking?
Uh-huh.
You can really pick it up on the board.
That's I, S-K-I-N, skin.
That's a Mr. Tinking.
Is that what you heard me say? No. What did you hear me say?
It said Mr.
It says my thinking.
Oh, mine.
Good job. Okay, when you're done, put your pencil on top of your paper and then sit quietly. If you're not done, thank you, Doris. Can you look on her paper
I'll do it.
instead of calling out? I think that would be a smart move. You ready, Skylar? Amber, you ready?
For my skin, I put my sand colored skin.
Steven, you ready? Not yet. Darvis is ready.
Okay, now.
Monte is ready. Skylar's ready.
So,
Casey's ready.
you make sure.
Dakari, I got it right this time. Dakari is ready. Braylon is ready. Sierra's ready. And we're gonna give Noah and Steven about 10 more seconds. Not your job. Not your job. Yeah, she's telling you the right thing to do. Be quiet. If I were you, I would say thank you to her and I would listen. Oh, thank you. When somebody gives you good advice, you gotta take it. It may hurt your feelings, but if it's good advice, you gotta take it and you gotta thank them for thinking enough of you to help you not get in trouble. I appreciate it.
Oh, you don't have to do it.
You gotta go
You have to put that right through it.
You thought about
back.
moving
Say
her?
about your skin.
Okay, I like that. All right, now you guys like to do a lot of thinking when you're reading. That's great. I want us to start keeping track of our thinking while we're reading. That's called being metacognitive. I know we've talked about that before. Okay? And guess what? Everybody's thinking is different because we're different. So I'm going to start over. You guys had lots of things you were noticing. You were like, ooh, what's that? Oh my goodness, why did she say that? She looks scared. And what's going on there? Every time I read something and it makes you think, that's strange, or I don't agree with that, or that's funny, or if you have a question, why is she doing that? I want you to jot it down, okay? You're going to jot down your thoughts on the side of the chart that says my thinking, because that's your thinking. And here, we're going to do our best to try to write down what was going on in the story that made you have that thought. Now, you're not going to be able to write word for word what the author was saying, but just quickly remember what was going on. So, I'll show you mine first, okay?
You said the author of the story wrote.
You want to put the author of this on here, the name, the title of the book, and the author? Can we do it when we're done so we can get some good thinking in? I think that's a great idea so we know what it is we're thinking about, right? We're thinking about something beautiful. All right. So let me show you an example of what I mean. So immediately, when I read this page, it says, when I look through my window, I see a brick wall. There is trash in the courtyard and a broken bottle that looks like falling stars. One of the things I'm immediately thinking, based on this, and based on her picture, I'm thinking, she's sad.
I thought that Barbie.
So I'm thinking, she's sad. So on my paper, on the part where it says my thinking, I would write, she's sad. Because that's what I'm thinking. And it says, the part where it says what the text says, I would write, she looks sad in the picture. But that makes me start thinking about why she might be sad. But I don't want to do that just yet. Amber, were you thinking that? Where you start to think, well, why is she so sad? You weren't.
Can we do our phone like pencil like yours?
You want to know why Amber wasn't thinking that? Because we're different. And our brains are different. What we know is different.
Y'all got
So,
different minds. She probably can't.
hand down. Do you think that was appropriate for you to say? Don't say it to me.
Sorry.
I know you were just joking, but sometimes words hurt. So we have to be mindful of that. 5 minutes? Okay. Now, fold it. How about we do that after we're done? I'm really excited to see what you guys are thinking. So this is how we're going to proceed. We're not going to get through the whole book. So while we continue to read the next couple pages, because I started over, when you're thinking something about what we're reading, I want you to write it down. What do we do if we're thinking something but we don't know how to spell it? What can we do?
Sound
Sound it out. Are we going to stop the story and say, oh, I don't know how to spell that? No. We're going to do our best in our head to sound it out. Okay? All right. So I've read the first page. Here we go, Kimante. You had a lot to say about this. So I want you to get your pencil and get ready, okay? Now, everybody's thinking is different, so I don't want anybody to feel like you have to copy what somebody else did. All right, so we read that first page. Let me reread it again, just in case you're thinking some more about this first page. When I look through my window, I see a brick wall. There is trash in the courtyard and a broken bottle that looks like falling stars. I'm going to keep going. That's okay. You're not behind. Keep writing. Keep working. Okay? There's writing in the halls of my building. On the front door, someone put the word die. Who? She? I told you. You think a lot when you read. That's great. Write it down.
I can't argue.
If you need me to stay on this page, give me a quick thumbs up.
Because that
I'm ready to go on to the next page. Thumbs
There
down.
you go.
Okay, I'm going to go on to the next page. You keep thinking. Keep writing. You're okay. Keep going.
I want you to go back and think about what.
I know you know how to do more than one thing. Here we go. Next page.
It's another word.
Where I walk, I pass a lady whose home is a big cardboard carton. She sleeps on the sidewalk, wrapped in plastic.
Okay, I put my oversized feet standing strong, holding me up.
My strong leg.
Doing what?
I love the way you guys are doing some great work. I love the way that you are trying to figure out how to spell these words on your own. Good job. Let's keep going. It's silent because we're thinking. I love it. I'm gonna read a couple more pages, okay? All right, we're gonna each share one thing when we're done. This page really speaks to me. I've got a lot of thinking about this page right here. What about you, Scott?
You need to go back.
I run past a dark alley where Mommy told me I must never stop. Behind a fence, there is a garden without any flowers. Mommy said that everyone should have something beautiful in their life.
That's not what you're gonna put on there.
Where is my something beautiful? Let's see.
Oh, look, it's tapping my action.
I had an aha moment, didn't you?
You was gonna sit back.
Keep writing. You want me to reread this page? Okay. All right. It says, I run past the dark alley where Mommy told me I must never stop. Behind a fence, there is a garden without any flowers. Mommy said that everyone should have something beautiful in their life. Where is my something beautiful?
I got it.
I know you do. All right, I'm gonna stop right there. That's gonna be the last page that we read. I want you to finish up your last bit of writing. If you're done, I want you to think about what you've written and pick one thing that you were thinking that you want to share with the group. Just one. Just one, Sierra. Can we just one, Brady?
Can we do this and read that one?
Oh, you gotta earn that.
It's 9:30.
I know.
So we're gonna
You're
change.
gonna have to work this. You're gonna have to work this. I have to go to Miss Holder's classroom.
I know. So do you wanna continue this week or you wanna swap them or?
We can swap next week, unless you think.
No, we can swap next week.
Okay, all right. Which page? The last page? Tell me. Okay.
That would be a good swap.
Casey wants me to reread this page. I'm gonna reread it for him. Where I walk, I pass a lady whose home is a big cardboard carton. She sleeps on the sidewalk, wrapped in plastic.
What about your face? Describe your
You
face.
thinking something? Read it one more time? Yes, okay. Where I walk, I pass a lady whose home is a big cardboard carton. So I'm automatically thinking, if her home is a cardboard carton, I'm wondering, is she homeless? That's the questions I was thinking, because it said her home is a big cardboard carton, and she's not inside anywhere. And sometimes, when I'm walking down the street, I see people who sleep in cardboard cartons outside. And those people don't have a home, they're homeless. And so it's making me think that this woman is homeless. All right. You got a question? Write it down. All right. So I want you to pick one thing on your list. Yes, Amber.
One time when me and my grandma were going to the store, we saw a homeless lady. She was on top of her porch on the, like, with nowhere to sleep or no food. So
How did that make you feel?
Kind of sad.
So how do you think this little girl feels when she sees that homeless lady?
Sad.
Sad. You see what Amber just did? She made a text to self-connection. So she read this part, and she thought about one time when she saw a homeless mom with her grandma and how it made her feel. And so she started to understand how this little girl feels. That's what good readers do. Good job, Amber. I want you to keep doing it. Oh, please. That's kind of rude, buddy. Hang on a minute. All right. I'm going to start off with Sierra. I want you to think of one thing. You guys not ready to share yet? Okay.
I do.
Okay, so next week we will share with Miss, when you're with Miss Gracie, you can share. You got one thing you want to share? Okay, what you want to share? Ooh.
I said that she.
Dakari was thinking, so on the page where it had the word die, he was thinking, I wonder, I love the way he started that off, I wonder who wrote the word die on the good one. Okay, share one thing with me, Braylon. One thing.
When the girl walked toward the woman that was homeless, and then I think her mom always told her every time she go home, something beautiful in her life.
Okay. Okay, that's good thinking. You ready to share it? And then we get you, Casey.
I think she was sad because the lady didn't have
Yeah. Yeah. Good thinking. Casey. Me and Monty, I'm coming to you next, okay?
I think she can say to ask her, do you want to come in my house to come and eat some tea?
Ooh, so you think she's gonna offer to help her and take her in? So are you predicting that's what she might do? Would that be something beautiful to do?
I think.
All right, Monty.
I think that when she said, when she said, when her mom said I walk past that,
Yeah, that dark alley.
I think that she just wrote it.
She had just wrote it. She had just wrote this there. You think her mom was scared for her? That's why she didn't want her to walk past the alley? Okay. Dargis, share something with us.
I think when she saw the homeless lady, she thought she needed a home. Like, she could go ask her for a home. She could say there's a house for rent down the street.
Is that what you would have done? Good thinking. Steven, give me one thing. One thing, right quick.
I think that she was sad because she saw the homeless lady who lived in a box.
Yeah. Amber, did you hear?
No, it's not.
Give me one thing.
You're getting you stopped because you're not invited.
I think she's sad because
That's how you it's so
and she
Yeah, but we're gonna stop. You working on your part. Still good has to be in there.
That's a good point. Skylar, give me one thing.
Second, third grade.
Second
Still good.
G-O-O-D.
So, because before hard.
Yeah, you think she can use some help? Noah, we want you to share one thing with us. Come on, because I gotta go. You're the last one, and we want everybody to share.
I think what daughter's thinking about what he.
You thinking what he thinking? All right, Noah, what you got for us? One thing. One thing you were thinking while we were reading. You need me to go back to a page? Which page you want me to go back to? Tell me. Just tell me when. Okay, the one with the homeless lady. Ooh, sit down. This page? Okay, so when I read this page, what were you thinking? Tell me one thing you were thinking.
What are you supposed to be focused on?
That there's something we should do? What's something we could do? Hold on, Noah's on to something too. He was saying when he read this page, he was thinking that that's a good one. Did you write that down? Make sure you get that. All right, this is what I want. I want you to give me your papers because I want to hold on to them so make sure that we know. Everybody knows how to pass it to me. Okay. And I trusted you to put your name and date on there, so that should not be a problem. I should know. Noah, get that down for me. That was a great thought. Do you remember what you said? Okay.
Here you go, Noah. Is this yours?
Picture capture.
Who back? No, this is the language. There we go. There, bar.